Hello, welcome to the Joe Cortez Show here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the boxing capital of the world. And we got our friends, Hector Camacho Jr.,
Macho.
Steven, and Juanita. It's an honor to have you guys on the show today. We'll be talking about good things. Now that we got Hector Camacho Jr. on the line, I want to ask him a couple of questions. Hector.
Yeah, Joe. A pleasure to be on. I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Okay,
you're looking sharp there, Joe. You're looking sharp.
But to be with you and your dad was one of my favorite fighters. I mean, I used to love getting in that ring. I know when I get in that ring, I got to be in good shape. I got to be moving around. I got to be moving around just as fast as he was. Being that he was a southpaw, I got to be at the open door, the open side, and I always got to be constantly moving. So your father had me working out a lot. It was always
the open side. The open side, which means the left side of us. Is that correct?
And I refereed him against Felix Trinidad here in Las Vegas. And I remember I poked him in the eye by mistake during the contest. And he was one of the great fighters, a legend in boxing. People, you mentioned Hector Camacho, everybody knows who he was. The Macho Man, everybody knows who your father was. But tell us a little bit of some of the great experiences you had with your father that people want to know about.
Well, the human side, when he was like a big kid. Like, he used to love his toys, the four-wheelers, the jet skis, the boats. As well, that one-on-one time we always had during the summertime was special to me. Had nothing to do with boxing, had nothing to do with just father and son. Those times and him being a big kid, I miss those days. I miss the smile. And it's crazy how time flies, Joe, but you're definitely right. Macho Camacho is one of the exciting, exceptional fighters that left a big handprint in boxing. You're right about that, excitement. But it's a lot of things that come to mind. A lot of things.
Let me tell you one thing, that when he had you around him, you were a little baby. I remember him carrying you around, and you were a little baby, like 2 years old. And I said, wow, I said, your son going to be a fighter? He said, yeah, most likely, whatever he wants to do, he got my support, And you came out a fighter like your dad, You were pretty decent. You did a good thing. And now you're out there. You're fighting for the people today. You're fighting for the youth, helping the youth out there today, which is why we're so proud of you, of what you're doing today, with Steven and with Kevin and with Juanita. I mean, you guys we got a good team together. We're so happy that we're going to pay it forward now. And that's what your father always wanted you to do. Pay it forward no matter what you've done in life. You got a good career ahead of you. You got a name behind you. And people want to follow you, follow your footsteps.
Yeah.
Kevin started that program.
It's a blessing.
With Juanita. And we're so proud to know that Hector Camacho Jr. is part of the team.
I appreciate that, Joe. I appreciate that. I feel I'm surrounded with great people. I mean, Kevin's story is just mind-blowing. Your background, because you inspire me. You come from the barrio, Joe. You come from the boxing background. You still wear those golden gloves. You proud of the golden glove. You're a pure New Yorker. And that brings excitement to me, But it's good to have good people around you with the same goals. It's to be a better person, to give back, I came from a barrio, which is not easy, Joe.
Exactly. Well, you're not on 9th Street, but I used to walk to 111th Street every day to go to the Boys Club in New York, not too far from where your father was born and raised, 116th Street and 2nd Avenue. In that area, your father was from there.
Yes.
And people knew your father as a hero in the neighborhood. We would say, who were some of the heroes we had in our neighborhood? And your father, of course, was one of them. He did very well for himself as an amateur fighter, Golden Glove champion like myself. And then when he turned out to be a great world champion, everybody still talk about Hector Camacho these days today.
That's
and
true.
what we're trying to do and get you to what you're doing now is helping the youth out there to get on the right track so they don't make any mistakes, because nobody's perfect. A lot of individuals make mistakes out there. But like people like yourself, Kevin, Juanita, and myself, we're trying to get out there and get these people on the right track to help them in the right direction. Which is why we're doing. Kevin, I'm so glad to have you on the show today as well. Kevin, tell us a little bit about what's happening with the program these days.
Well, I mean, we're just trying to get out there and talk a little bit about awareness more than anything else. I know that we're trying to get our gyms and stuff going. Just try to get people to come to this group right now. This is something that we need to talk about and try to get a bunch of people to come in and start helping, so we can start helping the youth. I mean, that's what this whole thing's about is start getting everybody together as a family, as a team, and start talking about awareness to keep some of the things from happening that happened to me. You know, the gun violence and the fentanyl, two of the biggest killers in the world today. You know, the gun violence kills more children than anything else in the world. So we need to stop and start talking to our kids and start teaching, you know, what we need to do as parents to you know, to enlighten the kids and letting them know that this is not the path we need to do. Getting the gyms going, getting everybody else started, and doing the things like you're talking about, Joe. You know, I mean, you're talking about some huge things with the cadet program. You know, these things need to all start happening because our kids have nowhere to go. They have nothing to do. So after school, it's just wide open because you know, the parents are a little bit more lenient these days than what it was in our day. Our day, you know,
Right.
when we was going to school, we had a certain time to come home. We didn't come home. We're getting blistered. You know, it ain't like that anymore. You know, there is no such thing as that. The hell, they can stay out till 12, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and the parents aren't, you know, thinking it's a good or a bad thing. They need to start realizing that they need to come home at a decent hour. You know, so there's a lot of things that we're going to start talking about, starting to make some changes is what we need to start doing.
Exactly. Well, you know, we have people on board. We have Juanita on the show as well today. Juanita, you know, you have been helping us out a lot with the program, and it's a great team. What we're trying to do is trying to get everybody on the right track. You know, it's not easy, but it's doable because it just takes a matter of just getting all of us together around the world to get so people understand that sometimes we can't do it by ourselves. Sometimes parents need some guidance themselves. They need some help. So we need to help as well with any program, anything that we may have to get them on the right track. I feel like some parents have grown up in a tough neighborhood themselves. They still have to need some training. We got to train some of the parents as well. You know, it's not everybody that just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you're straight, that you're 100%. You have some issues as well. So we have to try to help the parents as well to guide them with different programs. And what we're going to be doing with our program, with our program, Kevin, with the organization, the facility that we're going to have in Missouri, is to try to get the parents be more involved and get them educated so they can pay forward to their kids as well. Juanita, you on board with us here today?
I am, and I agree completely with you, Joe, and with what everyone has said today, especially the fact that, you know, Hector mentioned that we are surrounded by great people, and that's all about, you know, connecting with the right people that have the same vision and goals as we do, that have that same positive energy. I loved when you mentioned that Hector Macho Camacho walked with Hector, our wonderful brother here today, in his arm, building that relationship, having those laughs. And, you know, this is what we are doing here today. In essence, we are building relationship professionally between the four of us and also those that are going to take hands with us. And you are correct in saying that a lot of the parents aren't educated. So what they pay forward to their children isn't always what, you know, what is uplifting and upbuilding to them. But here we have the opportunity to, as a team, build relationship with them and with their children and impart positive influence. And it's all about that positivity, that good energy. I know when I connect with my brother Hector, all the time, you know, we'll say it's still macho time. There's a good vibe. There's a good energy. There's positivity.
Positive.
Yes, and when we move forward positively, you know, people are drawn to love and acceptance and positivity, that good energy, because it makes them feel like they are being acknowledged. And, you know, this program is to bring upliftment and to acknowledge people and to say, you know what, maybe you don't know the way forward with your children. Maybe you are struggling with your children to get them to a place where you guys understand each other, or, you know, where you're not finding middle ground. That's what we are here for. Joe, you're a legend. You have so much experience through the years of all the reefing that you've done and working with people, because in essence, you built relationship. Hector has so much experience with boxing and with what his programs entail by building relationships. Same for Kevin and I. We build those professional relationships. So we are going to push this. We are going to drive this because we want everybody to take hands with us so that together we can accomplish this goal.
Exactly. I feel like I feel like we're definitely on the right track. I think Kevin, with what you're doing there in Missouri, getting this program going with the facility, with the boxing program, you got Hector Camacho, one of the great ones to be involved with this group, and we're gonna have the facility where the individual will be able to get the GED for those who did graduate high school, but to get them back on track. Have a program where we could try to guide individuals maybe into drugs, maybe they need some help. We got to put them in the right direction to get into a rehab location, you know, where whatever's available in Missouri there to get them going to the facility to get them on the right track. Because sometimes, you know, individuals just going to a gym is not enough. You need a little training, a little rehab. You have to go to like the AA, you know, they have for Alcoholics Anonymous, and you have for the drugs, same thing. We gotta go to send them to rehab to help them get stronger, get it back on their feet. Got individuals, got veterans that I know of, a veteran like myself, got veterans that have had some issues. They ended up homeless with drugs and alcohol and whatnot in the streets, and they're back on their feet again by joining the program. They got them back, you know, and I'm happy to see. I got a friend here in Las Vegas, and a guy named John, and he's really gone a long way, come back as a veteran who gone through hell and back, and he got a beautiful son, and he's definitely a role model to that. You know, he worked with the Veterans Administration, guiding individuals that need some help, and we got to do the same for the youth out there that we're going to have on our program. They need a little added help. We're going to help them with that as well, Kevin.
There's a treatment center that I found. It's called, oddly enough, Bare Knuckle Treatment Center, or Bare Knuckle Sobriety Center, I think is what it is. I'll look that up and make sure that we talk about that next week, because it's actually a treatment center that helps people that doesn't have insurance. And that's huge right now. Getting some help to people that doesn't have the ability to pay for these things. So it's called Bare Knuckle, though. And I thought that was pretty ironic, pretty awesome. I spoke to them several times, and we'll probably have them on the show sometime relatively soon. But that's what we want to try to have, is to have one of those in every state. You know, try to find some places that people can go that they can't afford to pay for them, where the government and the city and the, you know, areas are actually paying for these to actually step up and step off. So those are the things that we need to step into as well for everybody as a family, to find these places for them. And also, a quick shout out to Joe.
We have to also help individuals have mental issues, so they will have to send to a facility for mental health as well, and not only drugs. You know, but we got a different program that we got to get online, get available, and get these individuals to talk online about what's available. You know, with their program as well. So drugs, alcohol, mental health, they all come together. We got to help them.
And sometimes, Joe, people just need to be listened to. Some people need to rent and have somebody listen to sometimes. That plays a major role nowadays. The mental health issue. Somebody can rent with you, you know? We never know what the next person is going through in life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just people think that is drug and gang. It's a lot more. A lot of it got to do with mental. And that's why we say we have to get a program into. I think on our show we should be able to put a little segment. We have maybe an audio show. Besides what we're doing, we have a little audio show, a little link where we can have individual professionals with mental health can talk about different topics they got to do with mental health, and have that on the show, like a half-hour talk show. People can listen to that while as they're driving, or they are on the tablet or their phone. They could be listening to this program once a week to help guide them in the right direction and give them a good advice. But we need a program for mental health as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Very true. I'm a level 5 religious professional, and I have to say, Joe, since COVID, it's been off the charts. You know, all the mental health issues that people are facing has just exponentially increased, and there's new issues that they face. So I agree with Hector completely. There are so many people that some of them feel they don't want to reach out because they don't want to acknowledge like there's something wrong. They are fearful that they are going to be distanced from others or seen in another manner. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there, people that are struggling with real problems, And everybody goes through something in their life. There's nothing wrong with reaching out and saying, I'm here, I need assistance, I don't know what to do, this is what I'm going through. So I agree, Joe, that's a very important point that you raised as well. People need to be able to feel that they can reach out and that they're not alone. It's not just that person going through it. There's a lot of people who faced so many losses during COVID, who went through so many different transformations because of COVID and other events that transpired in their lives. But the good news is there is help. There are people that want to reach out and assist these people get back to a place where they feel they can face the day, they can cap their lives and, pick up what was broken and fix that, piece it together and make something new with that. So I agree with you, Joe. Definitely let's put that section in. It is very, very needed in this time.
Yeah, well, we're gonna let our viewers know that we always got the doors open for everybody.
Yeah.
We got the doors open to let you come in and let you learn and discover new topics that are available for you. And any way we can guide you, we're there for that. We're about helping people out there. We've been blessed in so many ways, but we also got to, we need help from you individuals out there that are listening. We're sponsors. We need sponsors out there to come forward and say, we want to help out with this organization that you guys got. You got a good thing going. We want to see our group grow worldwide. It's going to be like an open door worldwide universal program where everybody says, they finally got it going. Kevin, Juanita, and Hector Camacho, Joe Cortez.
Join the fight. Join the fight.
Good program. We want this to go worldwide. We want to help everybody. It's just it's going to be a knockout of a show. That's for sure. Yes. Hector, you look great, buddy. You look fantastic. I'm glad to see you. You still look young. How many kids you have, Hector?
I have two beautiful kids. I had a grandson too. My daughter's 25. My youngest 11. I feel good, Joe. I live a positive lifestyle. I love to think positive things. I love to dream big. We're from New York. We come from the bottom. So the only thing we have left is a dream. I chase my dream. I'm always chasing a dream. That's what life's about. Never giving up. Always fighting.
Yes, sir.
Well, you should be young.
People look at you like as a role model. You're somebody that came from a very one of the best champions of all time. You're the son. You should be very proud of that. Because now you can lead. Your father will want you to do things for individuals out there like he did for you. Now you got to pay it forward. That's what you're doing now with the organization we're involved with Kevin and Juanita. We're here, Hector Camacho Jr. It's an honor.
That's right, join the fight. I joined the fight. I was blessed to have a last name as a Camacho, which has its pros and has its cons, Joe. It has its good, it has its bad. But me too, I had to fight for certain things. Just to have the name was everything. You also have to fight and earn your own thing. So I seen both sides of the lifestyle. I seen, coming from nothing. My father went to the White House. So that showed me from small that anything's possible. A man for Spanish Harlem made it to the White House to meet President Reagan. That's the American dream. So seeing that kind of dream, I know anything's possible with a helping hand. I had the last name as a helping hand. These kids need help. These kids need help. Just a helping hand. Just a little push to start. That's all they need. A dream and a push to start. That's all they need, kids. Boxing is a poor man's sport, Joe. You don't need too many things in boxing. It's a poor man's sport. You don't need college like NBA. You don't need no college like NFL. No. You just, it's a poor man's sport, but it's a dream. It's a hell of a ride, Joe. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
I feel like everybody got to follow their dream and make it happen. And then once you succeed, like you have and I have, Juanita, Kevin, and now we're going to pay it forward and help other individuals out there that need it. And that's what we're doing now. We have to keep going forward. And I believe that things happen for a reason in life. We say, okay, we had some big upsets in life. What happened with your dad and what happened with Kevin's sons, But we say, okay, we got the right team together because you guys have experienced the bad stuff. And now we know how to turn the bad stuff into a positive, make it go forward, help individuals. So that doesn't happen to all individuals out there. So many good people out there who need a little help just because maybe they got involved with drugs or they got involved with a gang or they fear for their life because somebody's threatening them, we can help them with all of that.
Yes. They just be
What
loving, Joe.
we're here for.
They just
To
be
make
loving.
sure
Most
everybody gets on the right track. Kevin, what else do you have to say, buddy?
Well, I mean, the whole thing in a nutshell is exactly what Hector's
for
saying,
sure.
man. We just got to get some people together. We just got to start
Yes.
putting people together, getting them into the gyms, showing them reason, making them smile just a little bit. I mean, that's probably the most important thing, being friends with some of these kids. And they want to reach out. We just have to give them the opportunity to reach out. We got to give them a place. So we're going to start having some of these gyms, I believe, that's going to start stepping up and being, helpers with us and associates, to where we can start sending some of these children to their gym and be able to start, promoting them, and that's what we need to have. We need to have just multiple gyms all over the place that'll take our the abilities that we want to do by sending them kids and helping them get them off the streets, so that's going to be the most important thing, is just having an avenue, a place for them to go instead of the streets. Just like when me and you went, Hector, over to Dallas and talked to all those kids, man, that was, that was when we first started hooking up together. And it was over in Lake Worth, over in Dallas. And
changing lives, Joe, changing lives.
Changed a lot of kids' life that very day, and including my daughter. It was her birthday. And you went in there with all your family and sung happy birthday with my daughter. And it was just an amazing thing, watching all the kids flock to you and you signing all their stuff. And it was tripping, and just that was a life-changing event for 20 or 30 kids that was in there that made me smile. I was like, this is unbelievable. That's when me and you really started clinging, and we're going to continue to cling.
It can't stop there, Kev. It cannot stop there. They need more. They need nurturing. They need more. It can't stop. We need to have a program or a hotline be good. But kids can call anytime. They need somebody to talk to.
Yes, absolutely. I think everything's going to come together. It's just going to take a little bit of time to make this work. But once we start getting, just a quick shout out real quick to Joe Mack. He's our first member. He's the first one that gave the $150 to be our first member. He gets the very first plaque. We're designing it for him now. And thank you, Joe Mack, for being our first member. I'm sure there's going to be thousands of members behind it. Anybody that decides to be a member, up to the first 100 people, it's only $150 a year. After the 100 people and it jumps to 101, it's $50 a month. So the first 100 is our foundation, and we're going to be jumping up numbers quick. So if anybody wants to become a member, we'll have the email address and everything on the bottom of the bottom of the page. Juanita's going to handle all that. Juanita, do you want to go into any of that?
Yes, absolutely. Before I do, I just wanted to add on to what Joe and Hector was saying, talking about anything, that the fact that anything is possible and that we can reach our dreams. I mean, that goal is only a dream away. It's going to take blood, sweat, and tears, guys. I was thinking back of something, and this is for someone in the audience. I was thinking about something that happened to me when I went into the ministry. I was an ordained pastor for almost 2 decades. And when I just started out as a young pastor, guys, at that time, that was my dream, to become a pastor and to minister to congregations. There weren't many women in that field. It was a male-dominated field in those years. And I'll never forget, I sat in the office of a pastor, and he, we didn't see eye to eye on a certain point, and he looked at me and he said, "You'll never accomplish anything in the ministry." And I looked at him and I said, "Watch me." A few years later, I became one of the few ordained ministers that are female in that denomination. And I just want to say that to someone in the audience.
Nice.
Don't let anyone ever tell you what you can or cannot accomplish. What you accomplish is up to you. You are the driving force. You have to hold on to that dream. Chase that dream. Focus on your dream. Don't think about what other people are saying. You do you. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share that. That was a life-changing. When I face difficulties and people tell me I can't do something, I say, "Watch me," and I go ahead and I do it. But to come back to the membership, We are so excited to take hands with members and sponsors alike. Guys, we are building something amazing. We want you to hop on board. We want you to walk with us. We are going global. This is not just going to stay in one country, guys. We are going to South Africa. We're going to other countries as well. And, you know, never despise the day of small beginnings. We're starting. It's us here. We've got our first member, and those members are going to multiply in exponential ways. So please email us. I'm going to make the email address available here on screen. Become a part of what we are doing. Thank you, Joe.
Well, thank you very much, Juanita, for your advice, for your information. We really need it. You individuals out there watching the show, we want to be doing the show once a week to keep you up to date, keep you what's the latest going on, and how many new members we're getting. We want to build it up as quick as possible. The man stronger, the better, because we need it very much. You guys, I think this will wrap it up for this week's show. But we're very honored to have you watching us on a weekly basis. Every Friday we'll be on the show, so to watch Joe Cortez and the happy hour. We're here for you guys always as a family. We keep ourselves going, keep going strong. We love you all. We see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day.
Thank you.